Hello there, my name is Luke, and as you may know, I'm a season ticket holder with Kidderminster Harriers. I go to all of the home games and some away games as well. So it's now about halfway through the season, so I'm going to do my roundup and review of how I think this season has gone so far.
So the season started off in August, and it started with a really emphatic 6-1 away victory against Curzon Ashton. Really great start to the season and a really great start to the National League North. That was followed by a bit of complacency, and it was a 2-1 home loss against Brackley. We then recovered a little bit with a 0-0 home draw against Chorley. Then we got a 2-0 away victory against Nuneaton, back to winning ways, and then a 2-1 home victory against Stalybridge, and a 1-1 draw against Boston, and then a 1-0 win against Altrincham. So for August, that was 4 wins, 2 draws and 1 loss, which is decent. Then we moved into September, and we started it off with a really amazing 1-0 away victory against Darlington. Arthur Ganoa with the goal in the 14th minute to get what is, in my opinion, our biggest and best result so far this season. Both teams were doing fairly well at the time, but the importance of going up to Darlington and getting 3 points really gave the players a lot of confidence. So then that was then followed by a 1-0 away loss against Telford. Really poor, should have won this game, but we didn't. Then that was followed by a 1-0 home victory against Salford, a great result, and then a 6-0 home victory against Tamworth, followed by 4 days later in the FA Cup, second qualifying round I think, it was a 4-0 home win against Tamworth. So 10 goals against Tamworth in the space of 4 days. That is a bit humiliating for Tamworth, but I'm not complaining because it was really fun as a Harriers fan. That was then followed by a 3-3 draw against Alfreton. Alfreton went 3-0 up at half time, then got 2 goals from Liam Truslove and 1 from Andre Brown, both off the bench, got us a 3-3 draw. Great character there shown by Harriers. So that meant that in September we had 4 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss. Again, really good. We started October with a 3-2 away victory in the third qualifying round of the FA Cup against Lancaster City, a team in the lower league. We avoided the banana skin and put us through to the next round of the FA Cup, so that was brilliant. Then we got a 3-3 draw against AFC Fylde. Really hard fought game this. We got the equaliser in the 86th minute to take a point away from them, and my voice was completely gone after this. That's usually a good sign that the game was good. Then we got into the FA Cup fourth qualifying round and got an emphatic 6-0 victory. There's been a few emphatic results for Harriers this season, and this was certainly one of them, a 6-0 over Weymouth to put us through to the first round of the FA Cup. Then we had a 2-0 home loss against FC United of Manchester. Again, I suspect complacency kicked in. I wasn't at this game, but apparently we were really poor. Then we had an away victory to bounce back against Harrogate. Harrogate were on great form at this point, so we did well to get an away victory. Then a 1-0 away victory followed that against Stockport. So 2 wins and 2 clean sheets away from home, and that meant that October finished with 4 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss. So again, a good month. Then December started with an away match against Blackpool in the FA Cup. It was a great day for Harriers. We took about 900 fans to that game, and it was a really great atmosphere, although it was a really small crowd because of Blackpool's fans protesting against their owner, so they all boycotted the match. But it was still a great day for Harriers, even though we lost. And yeah, really enjoyable day as a Harriers fan. Then that was followed by another loss, 2-0 away at Halifax, so not great. Then we managed to go on a bit of a winning streak, and we beat Gainsborough 3-0, we beat Gloucester 3-0, then we beat Lincoln United 3-1 to end November with 3 wins and 2 losses. So we then continued this winning streak into December with a 3-1 away victory against Bradford Park Avenue, and then a 4-0 home victory in the FA Trophy against Telford as a bit of revenge for them beating us earlier in the season. We then managed to beat Darlington 2-1 at home. Keith Lowe with the winner in the 78th minute. Again, this is another goal that completely killed my voice. I wasn't able to speak after this very well. So yeah, what a result that was. We then ended 2016 with a Boxing Day match away at Worcester. We took exactly 1,000 fans pretty much. And yeah, that was our full allocation. It was a feisty derby, but not a lot of quality on show, and we ended up being disappointed really to only take a point from that game. But overall in December, we didn't even lose a game in December, so that was our first unbeaten month, so that was really great. Although we did only play 4 games, so it was 3 wins and 1 draw from December. So now moving into 2016, and we started it off in really great style with a 2-1 home win over Worcester. We got the winner in the 79th minute. Again, another goal that made my voice completely disappear. So therefore, that was a pretty good game, because that's usually a pretty good sign of a good game. If I can't speak at all afterwards, then it's a good game usually. But then after that great victory over Worcester, we followed it with an absolutely rubbish defeat over Salford, 3-0, our biggest loss of the season so far. All the goals came in the second half. First half was fine, second half not very good. Completely capitulated and ended up with nothing from that game. But we did manage to bounce back, and we managed to beat Ebbsfleet yesterday. The matchday vlog is on my channel. It is just the last video that I uploaded, so make sure to watch that if you're interested. And we managed to win that game 3-0 against Ebbsfleet in the FA Trophy second round. So we're now through to the round of 16 in the FA Trophy. So now looking at our top scorers for this season. Our top scorer is Arthur Ganoa with 13 goals from 30 games. He's been really important, a really important source of goals from our left wing. Then second is Manny Di Saruvwe. He's got 8 goals. He's our main striker. He hasn't scored a huge amount of goals, but 8 goals, it's okay. And also on 8 goals is Liam Truslove. Incredibly only made 4 starts. He's a central midfielder, always brought off the bench, but he's great at just coming off the bench and scoring goals. He's a real super sub, and yeah, he still doesn't really ever start. Andre Brown, 7 goals. He comes off the bench most games, so a good return for him. Tyrell Waite with 7 goals as well. He starts every game on the right wing. Then Elton Nguatala and James McQuilkin both have 4 goals from playing pretty much every game. So moving over to look at the league table, we are currently sitting in a really healthy position in second. We've played 24 games, we've won 14, drawn 5 and lost 5. We've scored 43 goals and conceded just 22. We've got the second best defensive record in the league, and that means that we've got 47 points, level with Chorley, who are in third, but we've got better goal difference. We are though 9 points behind Fylde in first, so it's going to take a lot of catching to get Fylde. And with their striker Danny Rowe, who is the best player that I've ever seen at this level, he scored something like 32 goals this season. It is insane. If he's not sold, I don't think there's much of a chance of anyone catching Fylde, to be honest. But if he's sold in January, then the title race is on. Now on to my awards for the players that have made a really big impact so far this season. Best player so far is our left winger Arthur Ganoa. As I just mentioned, 13 goals from 30 games. He's been a really important source of goals. Without him, I don't think we'd be in second. I think we'd be a lot lower down, because he's been consistently scoring goals. He hasn't scored in a couple of weeks though, bear in mind, but that's just, I hope it's just a blip. And although there is a real possibility that he might be sold in this January transfer window. Our most improved player is a centre-back. It is Jordan Tunnicliffe. Last season, he ended the season out on loan at Sutton Coldfield, and we thought, well, his time at Harriers is probably up, but he did get a new contract for this season, and he's proved everyone wrong. He's been absolutely brilliant at centre-half, been very consistent, and he's improved so much. Our signing of the season, in my opinion, is a signing that was made during towards the end of August, I think. It was Ryan Crowsdale. He's a defensive midfielder. We bought him from Sheffield Wednesday on a free transfer. He's just someone that's been released by a youth academy, and he's a player that people probably don't know too much about, in terms of he's got no sort of non-league experience, and it's a really great signing. Don't know how we found out about this guy, but he has come in here and done an absolutely great job in defensive midfield. He sits in front of the back 4 and protects them, wins the ball back, plays sort of that N'Golo Kante role. Obviously, he's nowhere near as good as N'Golo Kante, but he's that sort of player. Very quick, very agile, and he's got a really good footballing brain as well.
So there you have it. That is my review of the season so far for Kidderminster Harriers. If you watch the Harriers, then make sure that you let me know in the comments below how you think we've been doing this season. Be really interested to know your thoughts. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, then make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. The next video that's going to be out is going to be the National League review so far this season. That will be uploaded later this week. So yeah, thanks for watching.